Well done, we're 10 minutes away from you doing your first week of the 14-day challenge, almost halfway through. Give yourself a pat on the back and just be super proud of yourself right now. So let's just get started. Today's affirmation is I am kind and I am caring. Enjoy! We're going to start in Shavasana, so just come into a comfortable position lying on the floor. You can have your legs extended or you can bring them up to plant your feet on the ground if you feel like that's more supportive on your back. You could let your knees fall into each other if that feels good. Just wherever is comfortable, but just take up as much space as you like. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears and just breathe here. And just be aware of the ground beneath you, holding and supporting you. And let yourself sink into it. Let it hold you. Okay, on your next inhale, let's bring our knees into our chests. Take a deep breath here, and as you exhale, let them drop to one side. Bring your arms wide or bent at the elbow, whatever feels good. Try and keep that back shoulder on the ground. And if you need more of a stretch, then bring that top knee over and pull it towards the ground with your arm. Just breathe here and just consider what this affirmation for today means to you. What can we do today to be kind and caring to ourselves and others? Okay, on your next inhale, let's pick our knees back up to centre. Exhale and let them drop to the other side. This should feel like a really good stretch in your back and your glute. It's really difficult to get into this lower part of the back, so this is a really nice way of just stretching that out. And just breathe. Okay, let's inhale and bring our knees back to centre. And let's rock our way up to Tadasana. Cross at the feet, hands to mat, forward fold. Take a few breaths here. Let your tailbone come high, let your head be heavy. Let's inhale, bring the arms wide and high. Palms meet. Exhale, bring them down the centre line to Tadasana. Okay, so we're going to come into an eagle pose. So we're going to bring our right leg over the top of our left, crossing at the knee. You can either cross it twice, so bring those toes back around at your ankle, or just stay at once. We're going to sink into that pose. Bring your arms in front of you, elbows parallel with your shoulders. Let's bring our left arm on top, cross over at the elbow. If you want to, you can cross again at the wrists. And just sink a little bit lower, breathe here. You go a little bit lower, one more breath. Okay, let's lift up, bringing your right knee with us. Bringing it nice and high, point the toes, squeeze the glute. Okay, let's kick back to warrior three, keeping your arms in eagle. Right leg nice and strong, squeeze the glute, point the toes. Feel your weight evenly distributed between body and leg. Okay, let's unbind the arms. We're coming into dancer's pose. Bring your left hand forward, look at your palm, reach back for your leg. Bit wobbly. Squeeze the top of your foot into your hand. Breathe here, one more breath. Okay, let's drop that right leg. You don't want it to be too wide. We're coming into a forward fold. So you want both legs straight. We're going to come down, hinge at the hip, keep a long spine here. Reach for the floor. If you need a block or a book or anything to give you some height, then that's fine. We can bring the floor to up. Just breathe here. Try and keep both heels planted on the ground. Okay, let's bend both legs. Bring your hands a little bit further forward than your left foot. We're coming into standing splits. Bring that right leg nice and high. Squeeze the glute. Breathe here. One One more breath. Okay, let's drop that back foot into a lunge. Lift yourself up, squeeze the core, tuck the tailbone, arms high, sink into that front leg, knee above ankle, breathe here. Make sure your shoulders are dropped away from your ears. Okay, let's bring our arms to a T, rotate both of those feet to facing forward. We're going to come into a forward fold. Hands to hips, keep the spine long, bend forward. Again, if you need the ground to be a little bit closer to you, then use a book or whatever feels good. Tailbone high, breathe here. Okay, let's come up onto our hands, let's rotate to our left foot to the top of the mat, bend that left leg. We're going to come back into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, lower yourself down, elbows in. Scoop up for cobra or upward dog. Let's push back to downward dog. Just take a breath here. See how your hamstrings are feeling. Okay, let's lower our knees to the outer edges of the mat and come into child's pose. Okay, let's bring ourselves up to downward dog. We're going to walk to the top of the mat for a forward fold. Inhale, arms wide and high. Exhale, down the centre line to Tadasana. Let's do it all on the other side. So this time we're going to bring our left leg over our right leg for the eagle pose. So cross at the knee, sink into that right leg, wrap around twice so it feels good. Elbows come in front of you, parallel to shoulder, right arm over the top of our left. Sink a bit lower. One more breath. Okay, let's breathe ourselves up. Bring that left leg high, squeeze into the chest. Breathe here. Exhale, push back. Warrior 3, squeeze the glute. Feel strong. Okay, let's unbind the arms. We're going to come into dancer's pose. So right hand arm in front of you, look at your palm. Bring that left hand back to grab your left foot and squeeze into that hand. Lean forward. Bit shaky today. Okay, let's release that back leg. We're coming into our straight-legged forward fold. Do you want both heels planted? Let's hinge at the hip, forward fold. Breathe here. One more breath. Okay, let's bring our hands forward slightly. We're coming into standing splits. Push that left leg high, squeeze the glute. Okay, drop that leg back. We're coming to high lunge. Inhale, sweep yourself up. Tuck the tailbone and sink. Feel strong here. Okay, let's bring our arms to a T, rotate those feet to the back wall. Hands to hip, keep that long spine, hinge at the hip, come as low as feels good. One more breath here. Okay, let's bring our hands to the top of the mat, come into a lunge, bend that front knee, push back into a plank, Chaturanga Dandasana, lower yourself down. Inhale and scoop up. Okay, let's tuck the toes and push back into downward dog. Let's bring those knees down to the outer edges of the mat. Let's take a minute in child's pose. Breathe here. Okay, let's come up, tuck the toes, let's come into downward dog. We're going to bring our right leg high, three-legged dog. Let's bend that knee and open up the hip, squeeze the glute, breathe here. Okay, and we're going to bring that right leg forward into pigeon pose. So we're bringing right knee to right wrist, pull that left leg back, open the hips. Either stay here and come down onto forearms or onto forehead, or if you want a little bit more of a stretch, bend that back knee, stay here, or use your left hand to reach back and pull that foot in for a deeper quad stretch. If you want even more, you can come into mermaid, which is where you take that foot into the crease of your arm, reach up, and the hands meet. One more breath. Okay, let's release gently. Let's come back to downward dog. We're lifting our left leg high. We're bending it open, stacking the hips. Let's pull it forward into pigeon pose. Left knee to left wrist. Bring that right leg back and down. Get comfy. And then either come down onto forearms or forehead, or get that deeper quad stretch by pulling that right foot in. If you want to, then go for mermaid. Bring the foot into the crease, the elbow crease. Reach up with the other hand. Hands meet. Say hi to your foot. Wherever you are, just breathe. Feeling a little bit of a wobble, and that's totally okay. It's only natural. Let's release that back foot nice and gently. Come back to downward dog. Okay, let's come onto all fours. Make our way to a seated position. We're going to have a good twist here. Bring your right leg bent in front of you. We're going to bring that left foot to outside of the right thigh. You want both seat bones seated. Bring your right arm to hug that left knee and twist round so your left arm comes behind you. Try not to lean back, you want to stay nice and tall. Pull that left shoulder back. If you want a little bit more, and you can bring that right arm to the other side and push yourself round. Rinsing out all that negativity. Today we only have room for positivity, kindness and caring. Okay, let's release. Let's come to the other side. So left leg on the floor, right foot comes to the other side of the left thigh. Plant both seat bones, pull that right leg in and twist. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears, crown high. One more breath here. Okay, let's release. Let's come to seated. Hands at your knees, palms facing up. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Bring your hands to heart center. Exhale, namaste. Have a wonderful day, yogis. I will see you tomorrow for week 2. So excited. Bye.